it's India. Welcome back or welcome to my channel. Today's video is going to be all about how to do shadow work, okay? How to do inner work, how to start that healing girl journey, okay? If you are new to my channel, be sure you hit that subscribe button down below, turn your post notifications on, give the video a thumbs up, and join the fam, okay? And let's go ahead and hop right into today's video. Okay, babe, so I feel like the term shadow work has really been popping up on the socials, okay? I know there is like this shadow workbook that was going viral on TikTok. I don't have the workbook. I don't know what's in it. I don't really know too much about it, but I feel like it's probably just like a book of like journal prompts to help you reflect on your past life experiences, because that's literally what shadow work is. Shadow work is really just a term for inner work or like self-therapy, okay? What you're going to be doing when you say you're going to be starting shadow work and inner work is reflecting on your past life experiences and identifying the continuing cycles, the trauma that you've gone through, right? So you can kind of break it up. I feel like oh my gosh, I honestly kind of did it when I was going through my birth chart. So I always, 1,000 out of 10 recommend that you do your birth chart, okay? Your birth chart is going to give you insight to yourself. You need your name, where you were born, your day of birth, and your time of birth. You're gonna put that information in, you're gonna receive a chart. The chart is probably gonna look very confusing at first, but you can just scroll down and all the information will be written out for you. You can just read it, okay? When you are going through your birth chart, you will start to be able to do your shadow work easier because things are going to be, you're gonna be triggered. You're going to be triggered when you're reading your birth chart, okay? Because you are going to be reading about yourself. You can kind of move through your birth chart and you'll be able to see, oh, like, wow, I really did have these experiences. Like, this is something that I can reflect upon because this is something that is happening to me today, right? This is a cycle that's still going on, and you'll realize, how can I break the cycle, okay? When you do shadow work, you will start to really understand who you are as a person. And that is the key to transforming your life. If you want to transform your life, reinvent yourself, level up, create your dream life, you have to know who you are. You have to know who you are. You have to understand yourself on a deeper level, okay? Period. In addition to the birth chart, I know I'm mentioning like other tools that aren't exactly shadow work, but when you use these other tools, it will help to trigger your memory and help you to be like, oh shit, like I did experience that a lot. Like, let me journal about that. Let me reflect on that, right? So the other thing I would recommend you do is take a chakra quiz, okay? I am going to be doing a whole series on chakras, but chakras are literally just energy centers in the body, okay? Some are going to be more open, others are going to be more closed. When you take the chakra quiz, I'm going to link one down below, the one that I recommend. It's probably like 50 to 100 questions. Just answer them and you will be able to see what chakra is the most open, which one is the most closed, right? Google it, okay? If your sacral chakra is, 73% closed, just Google closed sacral chakra and read about it. And I guarantee you, you will have something to journal about, okay? The sacral chakra is all about creativity, sexuality, sexual energy, right? Because sexual energy is creation. So if it's really closed or really open, you'll be able to see the different life experiences that you've gone through that have made it that way, okay? And you'll be able to journal about that and reflect on that as well. Like I know I mentioned at the beginning of the video, there are shadow work books that you can buy. I probably will just go ahead and get the one, the like viral one or whatever. I never got it, but maybe I'll just order it off of Amazon just to like see what's in it. But there's no such thing as a bad journal prompt, okay? Answer all of them. Answer all of them. Like go through, just literally type in journal prompts for healing, journal prompts for self-love, journal prompts for confidence, etc., and you will be able to start writing. And as you start writing and you start looking at these questions, it's going to jog your memory of things that have previously happened in your childhood, because shadow work is all about healing trauma, okay? We experience so much trauma in our lives. Even Some people have, you know, really, really bad trauma. Others have trauma, but it's not like, you know, compared to some other people, it's not that bad. You know what I mean? Like, even if you look back at your childhood and you're like, I had a great childhood, I don't need to look at anything. Lies. Lies, okay? All the things that have occurred in your life are still affecting you to this day. And until you identify what those things are, you will be stuck as the same person. If you are the same person, you will not be able to create the life you desire. You will not be able to live the life that you want to live if you remain the person that you are. You will never get those things. The things that you desire belong to the next version of you. If you remain this version of you, you will not be able to get those things. You won't be able to do it. That's why inner work is so important when you are trying to reinvent yourself. This is also a great time to go to therapy, okay? If you have been wanting to go to therapy, this is your time. If you have been thinking about going to therapy, this is your sign, okay? Go ahead and do it, okay? I went to therapy for about 6 months, right? Maybe a little less than 6 months. I did do BetterHelp. I do recommend BetterHelp. I had a good experience. I know there are people who have not had good experiences, but it's like, you know, go through it, try to get comfortable with your therapist. If you really feel like it's not a match, you can get somebody else. Like, it's really no big deal. But try to go, okay, for at least 6 months, especially if you have really dealt with real trauma in your life. Like, you know what's identified as like real trauma, right? If you have experienced those things, you definitely need to be in therapy, 100%. I had not experienced anything that I felt like was really, you know, like you need to go get some help for that. But I did know that therapy was something that I wanted to try out. So I would definitely recommend it. Therapy, shadow work, inner work, healing journey, all that goes hand in hand, okay? The last thing that I want to mention is ending cycles, okay? As you work through the shadow work, the inner work, the journal prompts, the self-reflection, getting to know yourself, understanding your birth chart, all that type of stuff, you're also going to need to do the outer work, which is ending those toxic cycles. If all you do is journal about how you're in a toxic relationship and you realize it's because of this specific placement that you have in your birth chart or this specific experience that happened in your childhood, but you stay in the toxic relationship, even though you've identified why you're in it, you identified the cycle, etc., you're not doing the work, right? You've done the inner work, but you have not done the outer work, which is to get out of the toxic relationship, okay? If you identify, you know, whatever it is you're identifying, if you've identified that you're a people pleaser and that you have trouble setting boundaries, that you let people walk all over you, that you don't have any self-confidence or self-love, and you go out into the world and you still allow people to just treat you however they want to treat you, you're not doing all the work, right? You did part of it. You identified the cycle and all of that is fantastic, right? Great. You want to do that. You have to identify what's wrong first before you can fix it. But once you've identified it, now you need to stand up for yourself, right? Or maybe you just need to remove those toxic people in general. So you want to be sure you're doing both. That's really the healing journey. I think that's pretty much all I wanted to say about like inner work and shadow work. It's really not hard, but it really is a lot of self-reflection and it really requires you to spend time alone, not running from your problems, but identifying why do the problems exist in the first place? Why am I still going through this cycle? What is the lesson here? What am I supposed to be learning? Where do I want to be, right? All of it goes hand in hand, okay? Do not run from your problems. Understand why they're there to begin with, because it's something that's going on internally that is leading you to have these experiences that you're having in life. If you guys enjoyed today's video, definitely be sure to give it a thumbs up and subscribe to the channel, girl. Lots of more videos like this to come. If you have any questions, comments, leave them down below. And if you have any topics you'd like me to discuss in another video, leave those down below as well. Thank you so much for watching, babe, and I will see you in my next video. Bye!